I'm studying anthropology in college, and I see the world through that lens. And human society, for the past 200,000 years, say, has been remarkable in many ways, one of which is that we really do act communally. Humans die alone in nature almost immediately. But in groups, we survive and we thrive. And part of that amazing ability comes from our willingness to sacrifice our lives for others. And so there's a sort of a nobility, a lack of self-regard that humans are capable of that is pretty rare in the rest of the animal kingdom. Humans will die for a same-sex peer. They will die trying to save other people's children. That's a rare thing. It's necessary, it's adaptive, because it's a violent world. There are very dangerous predators, and humans are very dangerous to each other. And that has always been true. And war is not a recent invention. My father, as a sort of, now we're in the modern era, obviously, my father was a refugee from 2 wars. He grew up in Spain, first in Germany, and then the fascists started to come to power in Germany, and they moved to Spain. And then the fascists came to power in Spain under Franco in 1936, and they moved again. My dad was 13. He went to France. His father was Jewish. They went to France, and the Germans invaded France, and they came to America. And he found his home in America. And so I was always really intrigued by war. It affected my family enormously. As a young boy, like many young boys, I played war. That was what the neighborhood boys did. And I was from a good liberal household that was, that condemned Vietnam and all that, but war was still a very, very compelling thing to this 10-year-old boy. And later on in my life, there was a civil war in Bosnia. And I just thought, I want to understand war better, and I want to understand myself better. And maybe this is a cliche, but in the crucible of war, maybe I'll understand something about myself that I need to, and I'll understand how war works. And off I went to cover the siege of Sarajevo in 1993, long before the US was there as peacekeepers. And I just kept covering wars. I was in Afghanistan in 1996 when the Taliban took over, and again in 2000 with Massoud, and then 2001 after 9/11 with the Northern Alliance took Kabul. Amazing, amazing experience to see a city liberated effectively from fascists. The Taliban are fascists. Am I focused on violence? I suppose in a way, but one of the interesting things about violence is it's obviously horrible, but it also brings out requires some of the most noble human traits of courage and generosity and community. And at the heart of that topic is of war. It's those human values, those human behaviors that I find really fascinating.